Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be upon you all. Today's topic, Muslims belonging. I think we've got an issue here. It's got too much repeating. So just see if I can go out. How's that? It's still repeating.
Sounds better.
No, it's repeating. I don't know why it's yeah, see, I'm not a technical person.
That's all right. But I can hear you okay.
But I think the recording's going to be horrible. So is it only saying it once, or am I just hearing it twice?
No, you are saying once.
You're only hearing once?
Yes.
All right, well, then we'll just continue because it's just me. I just got to put up with that. So, Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be upon you. Today's topic, Muslims belonging. Belonging is essential for mental and emotional well-being. Without it, individuals may feel abandoned, forsaken, or disconnected, which can lead to unhappiness. For this reason, every person desires to feel a sense of belonging. People often seek this sense of belonging through family, ethnicity, race, nationality, religion, or spirituality, as it brings peace and comfort to their lives. As a Muslim, what does belonging mean to me? I must have a clear understanding of my sense of belonging in order to achieve peace of mind and a clear roadmap for my life's journey from beginning to end. I believe in both this life and the everlasting life to come. As a Muslim, my sense of belonging cannot be limited to this world alone. It must also extend to the next. This is why we've chosen to discuss the topic of Muslims belonging. Thank you for joining us, and may Allah bless you for sharing this message with others. Brother Farid Ahmed from Christchurch has joined us to actively participate in this important discussion. I believe it will be beneficial for listeners from all walks of life to understand how Islam teaches about a Muslim sense of belonging, promoting peace and stability in the mind. Brother Farid, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you for asking.
I hope that wasn't sounding too bad from your side, but it was terrible from mine.
Until we fix it, we'll put up with it.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
All right, so
through you also.
So, what I'll say
to
is,
all the viewers.
I'll just say the questions and then you answer it, and then I'll just say the next question again. I won't put in comments because I think it's just going to be interrupting. So,
okay.
Brother Farid, why is the issue of belonging so important to discuss in today's world, and why is it crucial to talk about Muslims belonging in particular?
Okay, so I'll start with the Muslim greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace and blessings and mercy of Allah be upon all of you. In apology from us for unclear sounding, but if my voice is clear and you can listen when I can also repeat the question and the answer. And I hope that you can, inshallah, get some uh, tips out from our discussion. And I know that it is going to be beneficial for me, and inshallah, it will become beneficial for all of us. So, to start with, I thank Allah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. So, I thank Allah, praise Allah for giving this opportunity again to be with you and to discuss about one of the crucial issues that we face in this world. So, our topic is Muslims belonging. And the first question is that why belonging is a big issue today, and most particularly, why belonging issue is very challenging for Muslim today. So I will start, with few easy points. First of all, if we look at generally, the belonging issue in this world is very challenging because the world is changing. 100 years ago, 50 years ago, the interdependency between races and countries were lesser. But now the world is like a global village. And for technology, for business, for education, for work, now the immigration system is more necessary than maybe 100 years ago. So people are immigrating either for their own need or for the need of a country. Particularly the rich countries, to keep their economy high, they need skilled migrants. So some people are traveling, leaving their own country, their own culture, their own families, their own communities. And they are going to a country where the faith is different, or the culture is different, or the social practice is different, and they do not find the same belonging feeling that they used to get from their back home. So immigration is a big thing today, and it is for either work or for business reason. And another reason is because of the war. So many people are losing their homes, their possessions, their wealth, their families, and to save their life, they are going to another country. And when they go to another country, the belonging feeling becomes a challenging one. Lots of refugees are spreading all over the world. Then we also see cross cultural marriage. It is happening a lot and it is increasing. So when you have cross cultural marriage, then two people are coming for two different backgrounds. And for them, belonging feeling could be another challenge. For education, people are going abroad for their study for higher degrees. When they go there, they go there with different accent. Even though they know the language, or some they go there to learn the language. So it becomes challenging. So my first point is That belonging issue in this world today is more important than before because the world demography is changing. So when people come from different places to make their home in a different environment, then many people they find belonging is a challenging issue. Many, even when I came to this country 36 years ago, it was an issue for me. I suffered from some anticipation, but not too bad. My anticipation was, will this society like me? Will they welcome me? Will they include me? Will they appreciate my talent and skill? Will they appreciate my color? Will they appreciate my faith, my religion? Will they appreciate my appearance and my dress? It was challenging. So when people come and live into different environment in a different society, they can suffer from anticipation, fear, anxiety. And some people they can be very sensitive, very sensitive. If they see something just like a negative vibe from others, due to their sensitivity, they take it to the extreme. Oh, they do not like us, or they do not like me. So sometimes they start thinking negative, such as, am I a victim of racism? Am I a victim of discrimination? Think like this. Whereas it could be simply miscommunication and misunderstanding. Some misread, and as a result, it becomes a challenging issue. Am I belonged here? So that is why I think in this world, and because of this immigration system, the belonging is a big issue. Now, the second part of our question is that belonging for Muslims, when they are living in countries where there are minorities, what is the issue about their belongings? To my little knowledge, I have experienced that for Muslims, the belonging issue can be even more acute. Why? Because there is so much bad propagandas about Muslims. And some people they generalize it, which is a mistake. If a human has done something wrong and he happens to be a Muslim or Christian or Jews or Hindu or belong to any religion, we should not generalize. But some people they do. And when they do, then they develop a negative perception about anyone belong to that religion. So Muslims in this world, they face this as a barrier. So it is a challenge for them to become fully with the feeling that they are really belong to that society. So this propaganda becomes a barrier. Islamophobia, generally, especially in non Muslim countries, the Islam has been explained in a way with little here, little there, without the comprehensive understanding about Islam. Some people generally they fear that Islam is scary, Muslims are scary. So when I come to a country where this society has that kind of idea, it becomes a bigger challenge for me, for any Muslim to feel belonged. But not only that, when some people are coming into Islam, we call them convert or revert. For them also, because they are coming closer to a community that they had no experience before. For them also, sometimes, you know, if there is no smooth transaction, then they may also sometimes feel challenged that I'm a new Muslim. Am I going to be belonged? Am I going to be part of everything? It's not a major issue, but it is an issue. Then Muslim community itself, when they come to a foreign country, they are from different ethnic groups. So for example, I'm talking about Christchurch. I'm sitting down in Christchurch now in New Zealand. So in our main mosque, if you go there, you will see 50 plus ethnicity. They're Muslims, but their language is different. Culture is different. Some habit is different. And when they go there to pray together, you will see that it is a natural tendency that they try to meet with the people who are from their own country at first. So if you don't have many Muslims from your own country, you may feel isolated. And you may feel, oh, am I belonged? Things like this. So the main point is that for Muslims, belonging in other countries is a challenge, and we need to discuss about it. Because the more we discuss about issues that we are facing, we can find solution. So our discussion today is not to put blame on anyone or to criticize anyone. And with Voice of Islam program, always what with we discuss with the aim to develop understanding, to find out that what is happening there. So if we know what is happening, if we can identify the challenges, we can think about it and we can find solutions for it. Our aim is, whether we are Muslim or someone is non-Muslim, we want to build a cohesive society. Because as a human, we are one family. We want to appreciate one another. Yes, we can have our faith. Yes, we can have certain practices that we need to do in our own ways. But we need to find the common ground where as a humanity we are one. For belonging, we should assist one another. We should understand one another, and we should help one another. Because today's world in most countries, we live in plural societies, not just one race, not just one faith, but many coming together. Many culture is coming together. Many ethnicities are coming together. Many languages is coming together. We want this not as a weakness, but as a strength. We need some unity with diverse background so that we all can live with the feeling that we are part of one another. We are belong to this society. And that is good for mental health, physical health, economy, prosperity, stability, safety, and security for any nation, for any country. So I'll leave here. I think I have answered the first question, and we will go to the second one. So we can't hear Brother Thompson. So maybe I shall uh, look at the question and try to give the answer. So Brother Mohammed, you speak, and let's see whether I can hear.
Can you hear?
Yep.
But I think it's due like before. I'll just do the question. I won't do any
Yeah.
comment. So why is the issue of belonging vital for maintaining good mental health?
Okay. So the question is why belonging issue is a vital necessity for best mental health. Okay. So now we are talking about the belonging issue and mental health. Is there any connection? Yes, there is. There is big connection. Because I hear, that a lot of people in our society, because they have come from different background, and it is a common question for the youth today that do we belong? It is a common question. Immigrants who are working in different sectors, they have this question: do we belong here? So if the issue of belonging is hanging in the air, then it creates a instability in the mental and emotional region. Why? Because first of all, we know that human being is not strong in every area. Human being is a magical creation by God. In some area, they are very strong. And another area, they are very weak. Very weak and very strong. They are so strong that they can make bombs to destroy the civilians, to kill many people, to do the massacre, to do the ethnic cleansing, to destroy all the buildings and many other things. But at the same time, they can be very weak if they are weak in their mind. Why people become just, before, I go into another point. Why people become destroyer? Why do they destroy other people? This is also because of mental weakness. You may ask me that, how do I say that? Yes. When people are mentally strong and they have best mental health, they are not afraid of other people. They do not think that they are enemy to other people, or they should be always fear that if we don't kill others, they're going to come and kill us. So the criminals, the killers, the murderers, they are mentally not strong, they are weak. We are human being. Sometimes if we lose our limbs, or physically we have a heart transplant, liver transplant, kidney replacement, we still can be happy. If mentally we have best health, we can be happy, we can be smiling, we can be interacting nice, and we can be good positive contributors. But if the mind becomes weak, then with a human or with a community of human, every good thing collapses. That much weak we are. Allah said in chapter 4, خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. Allah created human with some weaknesses. So when we have mental disorder or mental health issue, mental sickness, that is the biggest area of da'if, weakness. So why I am saying this? I'm saying this because in a belonging issue and the best mental health, there is a relationship. Because people naturally they need support. They are not totally independent. If they don't need support for money, they need support for love, for mental support. They need support mentally and emotionally. You can have lots of money. You can have big family. But if you cannot depend on others, if others are not supporting you, if they are criticizing you, if they are isolating you, and you do not feel belong even within your own family, then it goes right into the mind, it goes into the heart. In my practice, homeopathic practice, I deal with some mental cases, and I find people, very successful people, they have money, high job, big house, very successful according to the worldly material definition. They are successful. But when they start talking about their life in childhood, they break into tears. Why? Some they say, when I was a child, I felt forsaken. My father didn't support me. My mom didn't love me. And I'm carrying this burden all my life, and I cannot gain confidence in my life, and I do not enjoy happiness. What is forsaken feeling? Forsaking feeling is not feeling belonged. So now can you see? the connection between belonging in and best mental health. In the childhood, the person didn't feel belong, and that's why this person is still now, after 60 years of age, is still now depressed and have to take antidepressant. And plus, antidepressant is giving more side effects. Sometimes people become suicidal, you know, because of the antidepressants. So belonging is issue is so deep. If human do not feel part of another, if they do not feel that they belong to this society or not belong to the community, then it can affect their mind and they can suffer from depression and they can lose the positive motivation. Sometimes, when people do not feel belonged in one way, then they look for the belonging in another way. For examples, the wrong gangs, for drugs, for crimes, for robbing. Some people feel belong. They feel belong. They're part of a group who can take care of one another and who can try hard to for one another's safety. People need that because people are needy for belonging. And this is part of their weakness because they are created by God and they are not gods. So if they do not find positive belonging, sometimes unfortunately they seek for belonging desperately and they get into negative belonging. And then instead of contributing positive things to this world, they contribute negative things and they become either self destructive or they can become destructive to others. Sometimes you hear in some countries that a school student was always spooky, isolated, not hanging with other common kids, and then suddenly he gets a gun and comes and shoot many students. Why? Again, this student did not find the sense of belonging. And as a result, he developed the hatred towards other children, who did not welcome him. This is according to his sense, his feelings. So he developed hatred and then he became self destructive and also destructive to others. That's why belonging issue is very, very important. And if people do not feel belong, they can be depressed, they can be demotivated, they can lose their happiness, they can lose their sense of enjoyment, they can lose their motivation in work, in study, in friendship, in social contribution, and they can suffer from mental health. So that is why, I believe that as a member of human family, you, I, him, her, everyone, we have some responsibility. Whatever ability we have, capacity we have, we need to include one another. We can start with our family, we can start with our neighbors. Reach one another. be one another, in happiness and in sadness, and make one another feel you are not alone. I'm there for you, and you are there for me. If we can be aware of this, and if we can try a little, and we extend our kindness and compassion towards one another a little, we can save so many people from worst mental health. We need to do that. So that's why the question was that our belonging is, important for best health, because belonging is a core feeling we all human have to have. We have it. We want to feel belong. And without it, it's not good for myself and not good for the society. That's why the society, myself, the government, everyone from every sector, we need to try to build cohesive society, to be there for one another. And that way we can improve the best mental health in our society. May Allah help us. So I will leave there, and inshallah we will discuss about the next question.
So let's see if that'll work.
I can hear you.
So let's talk about Muslims' belonging. How can a Muslim
Mhm.
avoid confusion regarding their sense of belonging?
Okay, so this is a beautiful question. That this question is specifically for Muslims. So we can say in many ways that what is the teaching of Islam for Muslims, so they will not suffer from this belonging issue. Or what is the teaching of Islam that if Muslims follow, then they will be free from the confusion about the belonging. All right, this is a very practical question, and inshallah, I'll try my best, and may Allah guide me in this. So, first of all, I would like to say that in Islamic teaching, it has given the tips about the belonging in two ways. One way is the primary, and another way is secondary. The primary way is Islam teaches every Muslim that they should feel belonged with their creator Allah. And this is most important because this one does not fluctuate. No one can take it away. So Muslims are given guidance through Quran, through Sunnah, and through the practical examples from prophets and messengers, that how they felt belong to Allah all the time. Even sometimes their community had isolated them, had driven them away, or killed them, or attempted to kill them. But the mental health of the messengers of Allah, the prophets of Allah, was always in peak. Why? Because they always felt belong to Allah. And that is what I call the primary belonging. Islam teaches that you are never alone. Islam teaches you are a believer. You believe in Allah, that Allah is your guardian and He never forsakes you. In Surah Ad-Duha, Allah says, Ma wadda'aka rabbuka wa ma qala. O Prophet Muhammad, or all the believers, your Lord, the Creator Allah, never ever forsake you, nor He dislike you. In another verse in chapter 2, Allah reminds, Wallahu waliyul ladhina aman. Allah is the guardian for the believers because they have accepted Allah as their guardian. And Allah is almighty. He provides everything. The peace of heart, peace of mind, Allah provides. Allahumma anta salam wa minka salam. O Allah, you are the source of peace. And the true tranquility and peace comes from you. So, when a Muslim knows all these things, then he always believes that Allah is with me, protecting me as guardian, giving me His love, giving me His mercy, giving me His blessing, giving me His protection. All of those things Allah is giving because I belong to God. And that is why, if you look at the life of the messengers, Prophet Abraham, when his family driven him out of the home, he was disowned. When his society and government, they threw him into the fire. They did not give him the belonging. When they threw him in the fire, what did he say? He said, Hasbi Allah. Allah, you are enough for me. Because you did not leave me. When Prophet Moses, he was leaving Egypt, and then the Pharaoh and his soldiers were chasing him, came close to him and his people. His people said, Oh Moses, we are going to be caught. What did Musa say? He said, Kalla inna ma'iya rabbi. No, 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 no. My Lord is with me. I belong there. And my God is going to show me the path. And then he did strike the sea, the water with his stick, and there were 12 paths. So because of that root sense of belonging to God, the prophets, the messengers, despite sometimes they were driven out from the society, the country, the people, the family didn't give them any sense of belonging, but still they were high in the sense of belonging because they knew and they believed that to Allah they belong. And as long as Allah is with them, and Allah is always with them, they should not break down, they should not be hopeless, they should not be depressed. In Quran, Allah said, وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا تَكُونُوا. Wherever you are, Allah is with you. So this is the primary belief of belonging. And every Muslim, they need to understand this very well. They need to study this very well. And they need to hold it. And that will save them from any distress, from any fear or anxiety if they face any. And this belonging thing is a everyday training for Muslims through 5 times prayer. 5 times prayer. Every prayer is a connection between the worshipper and his or her Lord. This is a training, a reminder 5 times daily that I am belong to God and God is my protector and my guardian. If there is no one in this world, then still my God is there. Prophet Jonah, in a Yunus, he was swallowed by a fish. So he was in the fish belly. What was his belonging? Nothing. No family, no friend, no community could save him. He was inside the fish belly. But from there he said, La ilaha illa anta, subhanak, inni kuntu minaz zalimin. He called Allah and Allah answered him. Fastajabna lahu. Allah listened to his call. Wanajjaynahu. And then Allah rescued him. This is how Islam teaches that Muslims never should feel alone, never should feel forsaken, and they should depend on the belonging to Allah first and foremost, because this one is their foundation, the main anchor, as all the prophets, as all the messengers did have that. That was their main strength for mental stability and courage and dedication. For this strength, they have never lost any motivation by the enmity and oppression of their people. Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was born in Mecca, but he was driven out from his place. They wanted to kill him. So Allah indicated him, guided him to go to Medina. But Prophet was depressed that my community has forsaken me. No. He had his peak mental strength because he was a reformer. He was a builder. He was a pioneer where he could go wherever possible to build up a cohesive society where everyone will feel belong. So he had no room to have mental weakness. So this is the primary and fundamental teaching of Islam, that each and every Muslim should connect himself and herself with Allah and always to feel that he or she is belong. The question is that, okay, I feel belong here. What about my belonging when I die? Or when my family member, when he or she dies, what about their belonging? Islam gives the answer as well. Islam says, say Inna lillahi. Remind yourself. Inna lillahi To Allah we belong. Wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And to Allah is our return. So even we believe with the far-sighted belief that this world we are belong to Allah, and when we depart this world, again we are belong to Allah. So this is one part, my dear friends. The another part is Islam teaches belonging with family, relatives, community, Muslim community, neighborhood, human family. These are also important. And these are blessings. Plus, this is also a test. Sometimes your family may treat you that you are belong, and sometimes it may not. And many revert brothers and sisters, they tell me that after they have chosen Islam religion, they receive bad treatment from their family. So they do not feel belong to their own family anymore. This is the test. In this world, yes, we need to feel belonged with your friend team, workmates, neighbor, community, blah blah, etc., right? Sometimes you may get it. If we get it, we should say thank you, Allah. If we don't get it, due to the test, we need to have sabr. But there is no guarantee that every time as we wish to feel belong with family, relative and community, that we will find exactly as it is. If we find, and we should try to find, that's a bonus. But if we do not find, and we depend on our primary belonging with Allah, we will be okay. So looking at the time, I think I'll finish here. And we could discuss more, but looking at the time, maybe I finish the answer here, and then we'll try to go through another question, inshallah.
Can you hear me? Yes. So,
Yes.
what advice would you offer to Muslims living in non-Muslim countries regarding Islamic teachings on belonging?
Okay, so what advice can I offer to Muslims living in non-Muslim countries regarding the belonging? All right, so maybe the answer will be the summary of what we have discussed so far. The first first advice is that do not try to change yourself if you do not feel belong. Don't try to change yourself. Your belief will give you the belonging. For example, if you believe that you are belong to Allah, then no matter what happens around you, your mind is in the right place. Your heart is resting. And you have the peace of mind, you have the peace of mental strength. So don't change yourself because you believe the entire world, the universe, is Allah's creation. Wherever you go, in your birthplace or workplace, or you are an immigrant, the whole earth is Allah's, Ardullah. So automatically feel that you are walking on Allah's earth and you are belong to the Creator. Wherever you are going, you are under the care of Allah, under the protection of Allah, under the guardianship of Allah. So never think that you are not belonged. Never think. Always remind yourself about your own faith, and that will give you continuous motivation to be positive. And make sure when you feel down, pray, connect yourself with Allah, and enjoy that connection. You will find peace of mind. The second one is mold yourself, change your attitude. Instead of becoming negative, that oh, people don't like me. Oh, maybe uh, they are bad or racist, things like this. Curb your sensitivity and build a positive attitude that, oh, I love them and they love me. And if there is any disconnection, I should try to work on it to connect. Why? You look at our role models. You look at Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. From Mecca, he went to Medina and he became the pioneer of creating a platform where believer, non-believer, everyone will feel belonged. Try to be like them. Remember about Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. He was sold by his naughty brothers. And then he was sold in Egypt as a slave. But then, what did he do? He did not moan about, oh, I'm not belong to my brothers. He did not moan that I'm a slave here, so I'm not belong here either. I don't have the rights I deserve. No, he was positive and he worked hard. And then one day, he became the ruler. He won the hearts of millions and millions Egyptian people, and they loved him so much. These are our examples, our role models. We should follow them. We should not suffer from negative feeling, but we should enjoy the positive feeling and we should make effort. Every new place we go to as a Muslim, we should take some extra responsibility that we don't want to wait until someone come and say, I welcome you. No, we should show other people the path that we welcome them. We are nice to them. We care for them. And we should break the ice. If we can take the lead, trust me, believe me, this is my experience. I have been living in this country for the last 36 years. I took the initiative to break the ice, to take the lead in communication, in giving the belonging to others and to receive the belonging from others. I did that. And I would consider myself that with Allah's mercy and blessing, I'm successful. So if I can do that, I'm just a little guy. You can do that because you are wiser than me. You are cleverer than me. So let us discuss and think more about the belonging, and let us as Muslim do something about it, because we don't want to be uh, we don't want to be behind the things, but we want to be the solvers of the problem. May Allah guide us. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa